It's been 5 years since Marion County's Kara Tingle has gone missing and her car found here on the Bluegrass Parkway abandoned. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention recommend hand washing and refer to it as a do-it-yourself vaccination. And the Derby winner doesn't just have fans in Kentucky. As you can tell in his signing book, you can see fans from all over the world.
And for every dollar donated during car shows like this one.
Although Sean Peterman was well known here in Nicholas County, his family name was very familiar across the country. But it's not just customers here like at AT&T that are having trouble. Although nobody was hurt during the incident, we can confirm that the driver has been arrested due to a suspended license charge.
If it wasn't for St. Jude, I probably wouldn't be here.
At just 2 years old, Anthony Butera began his lifelong, reoccurring battle against neurofibromatosis, a genetic disorder which causes tumors to form anywhere in the body. Now 26 years old, he has won the fight against NF1 7 times.
The easiest way to explain it is tumors on the lung of the nerves of the body. So they found one behind my right eye, and they wanted to remove my eye immediately the next day.
Desperate for options, Anthony and his mom decided to get another opinion, but this time at St. Jude Children's Research Hospital.
The very first time that the doctor saw him, he was so excited because he expected to see a child that was already blind. When he saw him, he said, this child has vision and we're going to save it. It didn't take very long to know that once I walked through those doors at St. Jude, we were home.
And it's donations and events that help keep St. Jude's doors open. Events such as WKU's annual Up Till Dawn finale, which will take place here right behind me at the Preston Health and Activities Center, where students and supporters will stay up all night, all with the same motto in mind: cancer never sleeps, and neither do we.
It's a year-long fundraising event that culminates in that finale. That's kind of the party. Woohoo, we've raised this money and we're gonna have a fun night and celebrate that. We have set a goal to raise $65,000 for St. Jude. That's $20,000 more than our goal last year, so that's a big step up.
As for the time spent and the money raised by supporters, the efforts never go unnoticed with families of sick children, like the Butera family.
Cancer is hard enough. We just thank you for making it possible for the research and to be able to hopefully find a cure for cancer so that no kid ever has to go through this.
If it wasn't for people raising money, it wouldn't be for someone like me who would be where I'm at. It's not just charity trying to ask for money. That money helps a kid see another day, be able to find a cure. Money does a lot more than you think it does.
We're getting in here, getting our chemo.
For News Channel 12, I'm Catharine Gardner.
Hold on, I gotta blow my nose real quick.
With frequent weather changes comes flu season, and with the uncertain weather pattern in the Bowling Green area, many WKU students like Rachel Marcus had no choice but to fight through it.
I woke up and felt like I was in the third person. I didn't feel like I was in my own body. Everything was slow. I had no energy. My head was throbbing and I could not breathe out of my nose.
Nurse practitioner Lisa Grimes started noticing an outbreak of the flu about 2 weeks ago, and she doesn't see it slowing down anytime soon.
The start of flu season has actually been going on for probably the past week or two especially. It seems like it's hit Bowling Green hard. I have seen 3 to 4 cases this week. A colleague of mine here at the Glasser Clinic has seen 5 cases this week.
And with the influenza virus currently going around, Nurse Lisa says not to overlook a simple sneeze or cough.
The symptoms of the flu it starts off with a runny nose, just generalized body aches. Fever can be up to 101. A lot of people who come in feel like they might have something else, and it's actually the flu because it does have a fever with it.
Although there is no cure-all for the flu shot or not, there are multiple ways to keep the flu at bay. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention recommend hand washing and refer to it as a do-it-yourself vaccination and should not be replaced by hand sanitizer.
Hand sanitizer is good, but it doesn't replace hand washing. Or you touch anything with your hands, please don't put it around your face because the flu is very easily airdrop transmitted.
I'd say the worst part is the lack of energy because you don't feel like you can do anything. I couldn't go to the gym. I could barely make it to class without feeling totally drained of everything I had in me. You really don't want the flu.
For News Channel 12, I'm Catharine Gardner. In a small Kentucky town called Midway, a celebrity resides. And although his 2 minutes of fame are far behind him, the Silver Stud still reigns king in horse racing.
Hey.
For those who don't remember or recognize the gracefully aged A-lister, this is Monarchos.
Here comes Monarchos,
the 2001 Kentucky Derby winner. Not only has he won the Kentucky Derby, but he also won the Florida Derby.
And Monarchos have won the Kentucky Derby, and the final time was 1 minute 59 and 4.
And one note worth mentioning,
He was as fast as Secretariat.
That's right. He's the fastest Kentucky Derby horse alive.
There's no other horse like this, and he's got a perfect personality.
And the man beside the thoroughbred, his name is Fred Brenham, Knuckles Farm yearling and stallion manager, who has been Monarchos' right-hand man for over a decade.
He gets a beer of a morning, a beer at night, and his food.
Although the champ seems to live life like a party, it hasn't always been that way. Last fall, Monarchos underwent colic repair.
It's a dangerous procedure.
And HorseChannel.com would agree with Fred.
They put him in a hyperbaric chamber, and this is what you got. He's just a lucky horse to be here because the colic almost did him in.
Even though the playful 18-year-old hit his peak a long time ago, fans still come out and pay a visit. And the Derby winner doesn't just have fans in Kentucky. As you can tell in his signing book, you can see fans from all over the world, including Australia, Canada, and along with the other states bordering Kentucky. And for those who can't make it out to Knuckles Farm to show him love, Monarchos is always happy to receive his favorite treat, peppermints, by mail. And loyal fans know it.
He's probably got 30 or 40 bags.
Reporting for The Extra Point, I'm Catharine Gardner. Good evening. For News Channel 12, live at 6, I'm Catharine Gardner.
And I'm Corey McCauley. Thank you for joining us.
To start off the show tonight, we're going to go ahead straight into weather with Chris Reese. Now, Chris, please tell me, like you said, rain, is it really going away?
I wish I could say that it was.
Out on WKU's campus today, two groups teamed up to show support for our veteran students. The Public Relations Student Society of America and Student Veterans Alliance handed out American flags to students and faculty. They asked for people to stick the flags in the ground to show their support for our student veterans on campus. Even Big Red came out to show his support. After about 2 months following a shooting, a Chicago police officer is out of jail after posting bail. CNN's Andrew Spencer reports that protests are still happening. Yesterday, many lives were lost when disaster struck in South Asia. A 7.5 magnitude earthquake flattened thousands of buildings in Afghanistan and surrounding countries. Here you can see just how far the earthquake reached. The epicenter was located at the edge of Afghanistan, but the surrounding countries felt the shock as well. The earthquake shook up Afghanistan's mountainous Hindu region yesterday, but here you can see the significant damage that occurred in Pakistan as well. There are a total of 345 fatalities, with 115 of those being in Afghanistan. Injuries are at a total of 1,800. Along with the deaths and injuries, officials have identified more than 4,000 homes destroyed as a result of the quake. Warmer temperatures can only mean one thing: spring is coming. And with spring comes spring break. However, spring break presents challenges for local businesses. Reporter William Catledge has the story.
With spring break approaching,
Will, we're back at it again.
with the white.
Well, no, the extra point.
Well, that's just as good. I love to talk sports.
You're right. Well, you know what? I don't want to waste any more time. Let's get to it.
Let's get to it.
When it comes to WKU Lady Topper basketball, head coach Michelle Clark-Hurd expects nothing less than a victory. However, this past weekend at Charlotte, the Lady Tops weren't able to live up to the standard. WKU fell behind early and played catch-up for the most of the outing. The Lady Tops cut Charlotte's lead down to 6 points in the fourth quarter, but the girls couldn't get any closer, dropping the decision 81-82. Welcome back. Well, it wasn't long until the final piece of the puzzle was added. The Hilltoppers returned all 5 started offensive linemen, and now they have someone to coach them. WKU football announced Tuesday the hiring of Dale Williams. Williams is an 18-year coaching veteran and last worked with Jeff Rom at FAU, holding the same position he's set to take with the Tops. Williams played college football at the D1 level for West Virginia, where he was named the team's best offensive lineman during the squad's 1994 Sugar Bowl run.